January. You open your payslip, something is wrong. The number is smaller than last month, $60 gone. Just gone. You stare at it, you close the app, and you move on. But here is what nobody told you. While you were staring at that smaller number, your boss quietly sent you $2,664 to your CPF account. This year alone, most Singaporeans have no idea this happened. By the end of this video, you will. Let's go. So what actually changed in January? Here is the timeline. The government announced a phased plan to raise the CPF Ordinary Wage ceiling. That ceiling is the maximum monthly salary that CPF contributions are calculated on. It had been held at $6,000 for years. Then it started moving. $6,300 in September 2023, $6,800 in January 2024. $7,400 in January 2025, and from the 1st of January 2025, $8,000. Now here is what is critical to understand. The contribution rate did not change. It is still 37% total, 20% from you, 17% from your employer. What changed is the base that rate is applied to. So if you earn between $7,400 and $8,000 a month, you are sitting exactly in the impact zone. Your deduction went up, your take-home went down. Most people stopped reading there. That is a mistake. Because the second half of this story is where your actual wealth is being built. But before I show you that, you need to understand where CPF money actually goes when it lands. Here is something most people do not know. Your CPF contribution does not go into one account. Every month, it is automatically split and sent to 3 different places. Think of it as one salary going to 3 destinations. The first destination is your ordinary account. This is your everyday CPF used for housing and education. It earns 2.5% per year, guaranteed by the government. Safe, accessible, always there. The second destination is your special account. This one is purely for retirement. And here is where it gets interesting. It earns 4% per year. Also government guaranteed. That is 60% more interest than your ordinary account on every dollar sitting there. Because it is locked away longer, it compounds harder. The third destination is your MediSave account. 4% per year as well, reserved for healthcare costs. Now here is what this means for you. The ceiling change in January means more money flowing into all 3 of these accounts every single month, not into one flat pool split across 3, growing at different rates. And the extra money from the higher ceiling? Some of it lands in your special account, earning 4%. Most people look at the smaller take-home number and stop there. The people who understand where the money actually goes see a very different picture. Let me show you. So now you know the buckets. Here is the part that should change how you feel about that smaller payslip. Let us run the real numbers on an $8,000 salary. Your employee contribution went up by $120 per month. That is the drop you felt. That is what disappeared from your take-home, $120. But here is what happened on the other side of the payslip. Your employer also had to contribute more. 17% of $8,000 is $1,360. Under the old ceiling of $7,400, it was $1,258. That is an extra $102 per month from your boss flowing into your CPF account under your name. You never see it in your bank, but it is yours. It sits in your ordinary account. It compounds. Now add both sides. Employee plus employer, $222 more into your CPF every single month, $2,664 over 12 months, and compounded at ordinary account rates over 10 years, you are looking at over $30,000 in additional retirement savings. Just from this one ceiling change, your take-home dropped by $120, but your total wealth is growing by $222 every month more than it was last year. This money is flowing into your CPF whether you act on it or not. The only question is whether it works for you, or just sits there for 30 years at 2.5%. You now see the gap? Here is exactly how to close it. 3 moves. This week, move 1, top up your special account or retirement account to chase the full retirement sum or enhanced retirement sum. Your special account earns 4% per year, guaranteed, government-backed, cannot lose. With higher monthly inflows from the ceiling change, you are already getting there faster than last year. A voluntary cash top-up on top accelerates that further. And cash top-ups qualify for tax relief of up to $8,000 per year. That is a double benefit, forced savings at 4% and a lower tax bill this December. Move 2, review your CPF position. Your ordinary account is filling up faster now. Once your ordinary account clears the $20,000 minimum balance, you can invest in CPF-approved instruments, Singapore savings bonds, treasury bills, selected unit trusts. If you have a surplus in your ordinary account beyond what you need for housing, putting it to work above 2.5% is worth exploring. Third move, and this one most people overlook entirely. If you used ordinary account money to pay your HDB loan and your mortgage rate is now 1.6%, you are leaving money on the table. Refunding $100,000 back into your ordinary account earns 2.5% guaranteed. That is $900 a year more than what you save on the mortgage interest. Zero risk, zero effort. Just a form on the CPF website. Over 20 years, that difference compounds to $60,000 or more. You now have information most CPF members never look up. That is already an edge. Most people finish this video and close the app. The ones who do not, in 10 years, the gap between them and everyone else will be visible in their CPF statement. So here is where we are. The CPF ceiling hit $8,000 in January. If you earn above $7,400, your take-home dropped. But your boss is also putting more in. $2,664 extra dollars a year into your retirement account. That is real money. And with 3 specific moves, topping up your special account, reviewing your CPFIS, and looking at the voluntary housing refund, you can make it compound at 4% instead of sitting flat. Drop your salary band in the comments, $7,400, $8,000 or above, and I will tell you your exact CPF gain from January. And if this video changed how you see your payslip, subscribe to SG Richla, hit the bell. New money moves every week. Next video, the voluntary CPF housing refund, in full detail. If you used your ordinary account to pay your HDB loan, I will show you how to get that money back and why over 20 years the difference could be $60,000 or more. That gap only grows. Start this week. See you next week.